Hey, now you got anybody on your team that's single? That's a woman, not a man. Hey, he's single.
What kind of women you like?
All tens.
He said 30? Koreans.
My man got specific. He didn't
That's
say
crazy.
Asians.
I never heard that.
Nah.
He said Korean.
You gotta know what you want. I don't know any Koreans.
Oh damn.
Anybody that I can
Ain't not.
any nice young lady.
Harry is
I'm about
half,
to say-
he's a man though.
Hold on now.
He's half Korean.
I wasn't saying Harry like that, man. Y'all wild.
Do you like Korean and can it be Korean mixed with something else? Korean and black? Okay.
As long as Korean.
Okay. I didn't know he was that picky.
What you like? You like kimchi or some shit? I see you like kimchi or some shit? Like why Korean?
I enjoy fermented foods. Yeah.
Okay, fermented food.
I don't watch it.
Hey, we all like what we like.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell is going on now.
Hey, what's up? Hey, we all.
Are we on? Yeah. Keep going.
You like Spanish women? I like successful women. We're gonna do it like that. You gotta be smart. You gotta see what I did there, huh? You gotta be smart.
Hey, you said I like Spanish women.
She's
got
half
specific,
Spanish.
though.
She half Spanish, so I'm good.
He got specific though. He
Hey.
said she got to be. You could be whatever you want to be. Just be successful.
successful.
My dad was trying to hook me up with this chick. I'm like, what's she do? Oh, that ain't gonna work.
What was it? What did she do?
Like work that. Oh, they ain't gonna do that. We
What?
live.
No. We want to
work-
know what you consider not successful.
She work at Walmart.
Well, you know Walmart make about 18 an hour now.
That ain't gonna cut it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So how much do they got to make a year?
80.
80?
Yeah.
So let me see. Add that up, do a little overtime, little time and a half.
Nah, come on now. It ain't gonna work.
Little time and a
We
half.
ain't gonna get no time together.
Walmart might be able to tell you don't know.
Hey, my lady
Hey,
does
could you see him showing up at Walmart helping her push in that last cart before she get off work?
If she's a manager at Walmart,
Nah, it takes too long to get up there. Take too long to get up there.
you don't got to meet her at the bottom. You meet her once she's already at the top.
This ain't live, right?
No,
What?
we on.
All right.
It
Go
should
ahead.
be live.
We
All right,
on.
whatever.
It should be
she
live.
she might watch it. So, hey, I grabbed my girl like 6 years ago, right before she was a manager at Wells Fargo. We've been together 7 years, corporate. She just keep going up the ladder.
Okay.
And now the thing is, hey, be successful as possible. Don't touch my money.
Oh,
That's my thing. I don't care. I don't want your money. Don't touch my money.
what else do you do?
I own a plumbing company.
Okay. Yeah, you did mention that. All right.
Hey,
Okay.
baby, give me some of that. Once upon a time, he wouldn't say what he did on the podcast.
Yeah. He put me on the spot. So I mean, I'm doing my numbers. So I just need you to do your numbers.
do you split the bills? What do you do at the crib?
Yeah, for the most part, I pay majority. Just had the kid.
Why are you in his business?
Well, he brought this up. I think this
you
is a
the
good
guest.
conversation. Well, we can talk about me too. I like talking about this type of stuff.
All right, but yeah.
Why?
So
He said, did you catch that? He said, we talk about whatever. We
So,
can talk about marriage.
You know what?
I said, I'm not going to talk
this what
about
happened.
marriage with you.
You know, I had the crib. She ended up moving in. I never let her move in, but she moved in.
Yeah, that's how I go.
Yeah, you know how that. So, I was just like, hey, give me a couple $100. I don't really need your money anyways. But then she kept getting promoted.
Give me a couple $100.
Yeah, I don't really need your money anyway. She kept getting promoted. I'm like, nah, hold on. You making more than I am making now. Like, we got to figure this out. So, we kind of adjusted things. Got the bigger crib, kind of adjused things. Life is good. Can't complain.
Married?
Nah, that's it. Next
Don't.
step.
Talking about it.
Don't.
Don't say that because she's gonna say, I hate motherfuckers say that.
Oh, that's okay. I'm saying not you.
Hey, you're married.
Yeah.
Shout out to your wife.
Don't.
Hey, it's funny because marriage is getting there, and marriage is a business. It's a partnership.
Exactly. You can be in a happy, successful relationship without signing that contract. It's easy to get into, hard to get out of.
Now we've been rocking for 7 years. Everything's been great.
Is she asking for it?
Oh, come on.
Okay.
You know she is. She been asking for it since before he got married.
You asking for it now. Don't let him do
No,
that to
I
you.
ain't gonna let her influence me.
It's too late.
Yeah,
now it's on the show.
We had times. I see how she
He
take.
going home to something different. No,
Yeah, I ain't gonna let
don't
lie.
even start
I ain't gonna let
explaining
Na'im-
that.
First
He
off,
going home to something
I ain't
different.
gonna let Na'im get me in trouble, and even if I get in trouble, I don't get kicked out the
Listen,
room.
he can go home and say, "Oh, baby, you know how I be."
It's comedy. It's comedy.
You know how I be. What you gonna say?
No.
What you gonna say?
It's comedy. It's comedy. I'm a comedic rock star. But no. So I just seen her how she take care of my kid. situations like my last job. She said, "Hey, quit. I got it." Hey, situations like that. I'm like, okay, I got me one. Yeah, so situations.
Nah, it sounds great.
And then I got hardcore sisters and moms, and hey, she don't back down. And I'm gonna raise my kid how I want to. I was like, all right, I respect it because my mom ain't nothing to play with.
She sounds great, man.
But
I don't have a problem with your relationship.
But what about marriage?
I'm telling you, just don't get married.
All right, let me see.
You done?
But everybody else up in here is married. Except this, he's single. Everybody else is married.
He looking for a Korean.
Oh my God!
By now,
I'm messy,
I'm
man.
sure y'all know who
How long
it
you
is.
been married?
5 years.
Damn, did you see?
He tried to move on.
No.
He tried
How long
to
was
move.
you?
We'll come back to it.
How long was y'all together before y'all got married?
About 5.
Okay, so I'm good.
5 months.
Nah, hell no. Nah.
All right.
Well, y'all know who it is by now. Na'im Lynn, on tour right now. Is this a tour? Y'all just kind of stopping through?
We are on tour, approaching the end of the domestic tour,
Okay.
and we'll be going overseas early next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Na'im Lynn from the Plastic Cup Boys. Got the TV show with TP, Tyler Perry.
Yep. Assisted living. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
On
It's doing
TBS?
well.
Yeah.
No, that's on BET.
Well, I thought y'all was. That was the other.
No, thank you for letting me know you don't watch the shit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I tried to support you, bro. Hey, but I got it on DVR. I just delete it every time. Hey, you get something for that, right?
Nope. When you DVR something, you got to watch it in a certain amount of time.
Ah, damn.
Yeah. Thanks for nothing.
Damn, I did that to you a couple times too. Because he got a TV show. I think it got canceled.
Yeah, it did.
Damn.
Yeah, it did.
All right, I'll watch y'all stuff from now on, man.
It's all good, bro. We doing well.
Okay.
We doing well. Thank you, though.
Yeah, you're blessed.
Did you have a goal when you said you started comedy when you went off to college?
Yeah.
At Temple. That's when you kind of really got into it. Did you have aspirations before you finally got on stage?
I was just a huge fan of comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the opportunity presented itself for me to try it, and I just did. And I didn't know what to expect. It was just something. It was like a little spoken word show at my school. And one of my friends used to do these little spoken word shows. And I was like, yo, let me get on. And everybody was in there with the dirty backpacks and everything they was doing, rapping and all that shit. And then at the end, I just did some stand-up. And my first set was like 20 minutes, which is unheard of. Usually people first time on stage is like 3 to 5 minutes.
Right.
But that's usually at a comedy club.
Right.
And that's all the time they give you. But I prepared this long set and it went well. And I was like, all right, this is it right here. And then I performed again at my school again about a month later, and I bombed and I quit. It was hard because, you perform at a comedy club, you don't got to see those people again.
Yeah.
The next day you at school, people walking up to me like, shit, I don't even know what to say, man. I was like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I was dying on the inside.
Damn.
And I quit.
Yeah.
I started again maybe like 6 months later, and then I just stuck with it.
The first time you did it though, was it like after you did it and it was success? Was it like a bug, like you couldn't wait to do it again?
Yeah. It was definitely,
Until that next time.
this is what I did not know. So comedians, they do this, you get a set and then you do it over and over again. So I felt like I had to come up with a whole new set of material.
Right.
And especially since I knew some of the people that were at the first show were going to be at this second show.
Right.
And it was like a little buzz around campus, and they're like, this dude was hilarious. And then that's when it went down in flames.
Yeah. Was it did you prepare it too soon? Like too, you know what I mean? Like, was it too quick?
I think I was.
You missed something?
I think I was just nervous. The expectations were, and there were none on the first time.
Yeah.
So now that this buzz was going around, there was like, everybody was expecting me to come through and rip it again. And once you start doing bad, you just start to you panic.
Yeah.
And you can, till this day, I have bad shows, but not what you guys may think of a bad show. It's a bad show for me if it's like I'm not getting that many laughs, so it's just okay. So when you're doing bad and the crowd is kind of quiet or whatever, or if people start getting rowdy, you can hear everything. Yeah. Everything. You on stage, you talking, you hear somebody like, that shit ain't even funny. you can hear everything. And it's just like, you just start sweating, getting hot. And this was only my second time on stage. I didn't want to get off stage.
Yeah.
Then the host went on stage and made fun of me. So I was up there like Rocky.
Oh, no.
He said I didn't want to go down.
Was it so? The next show, was it a comedy show? Or was it like
so
the
the
same
next
thing?
show? The next show they made it specifically a comedy show.
Yeah.
I think maybe the Sigmas put it on, and there was a couple other people that tried to do stand up as well, and it was just for that, and I was supposed to be like the highlight of it.
Yeah, you're a Jersey boy, right?
Yeah.
Does Jersey show up in your comedy?
Man, I haven't lived in Jersey since 1996. I don't even know what that means anymore.
Okay.
You know, I think my energy and somewhat my swag, not the way I dress, but just kind of the way I carry myself and everything, unapproachable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Straight face. Like, that's probably some Jersey shit for sure.
Bro, like, I couldn't wait to start the show because prior to the show, you like kind of lightweight cold over there. I'm like, this dude ain't smiling. Like, you know what I mean?
The crazy thing is, I feel like I'm in a great mood today, right now. So I'm way worse than this. If you think this is bad, this ain't shit.
They got a podcast and
it's a radio show.
Damn, all right.
No, there's a difference. There's a difference.
It's a
There's a difference.
People think it's a podcast because we put out visuals too, but it's radio. Yeah, it's so serious.
And they have a good time, but yeah, you're not a morning person?
Not at all.
Yeah, so now come on, he gonna let you know, like, hey, bro, I'm not feeling it today. Leave me alone.
Yeah, because ideally we would do the show live. It would be 4 p.m. our time, but sometimes we gotta work around little man's schedule. So sometimes it's 7 a.m.
Little man is, right? Of course.
Yeah, sometimes it's 7 a.m. and I'm just like, I'm just trying to pull it together.
Yeah.
And somebody asked me, they said, out of all the plastic cup boys, why Na'im? Man, he the one always pissed. I'm like, nah, he actually cool.
Nah.
I said, I literally
Wayne is the one that's always pissed.
Yeah. I literally just, what you was doing it live, and I was like, hey, you want to come on the show? He was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, my girl was like, he agreed? I'm like, yeah. But Sean's like always, he's like, you hit up people out randomly. I'm like, hey, you never know. Take a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate what you do. I'm a big fan of boxing. I'm a fan of yours. I didn't like you at first.
Hey.
Yeah.
Tell me why. Go ahead.
I grow on you.
Let's go. Let's go.
I didn't like. First of all, when you are a boxing fan, you have your favorites, and then you don't like the people that they're fighting against.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, I think you fought Paulie Malignaggi, and I was like,
you like Paulie?
Nah, I don't really like Paulie, but I'm like, he just bullying the shit out of him, you know.
Yeah.
And I like the sweet science.
Yeah.
And then when you fought, first of all, before you fought Spence, I just saw you doing some commentating and everything, and just like I'm probably different than I appear. Yeah. Same with you. You seem like a really nice guy. You got great personality. You know your shit.
Yeah.
Very respectful, and I like that. And then when you fought Spence, you fought different than I had ever seen you fight before, and I wanted you to win that fight. And I felt that you still did. The knockdown.
Yeah,
it was still close, but I was like, I fuck with Shawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I became a fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I grow on you.
Yeah.
Something about me.
Yeah. You're a nice guy.
Yeah.
You looking at me like you're mad, but
not straight up. When we walked in, I was like, all right, let's see how this works out. You know what I mean? So you just sometimes when you don't speak to someone prior to a show or anything like that, sometimes you never know how it's gonna go. So I was like, all right, let's input the video in the show and see how else we can make this thing work. But you know what I mean? Me being a fan of comedy, I definitely have seen probably the very first special that y'all did when it was just the paper cup boys and all that kind of stuff. Plastic cup boys, yeah, and all that kind of stuff. But I'm a big fan of comedy. You know what I mean? So when I ask you if Jersey shows up in your comedy, it's because Cleveland shows up in my boxing. DC shows up. I hope DC shows up in Tank's boxing.
Yeah.
You know, he's from DC. Right?
Yeah.
They hate it.
Baltimore. He's from Baltimore.
Yeah. Okay. See. Yeah.
What does that mean though? Cleveland shows up in your boxing.
So Cleveland shows up in my boxing. So like,
not the Browns.
Okay. Hey, my bad.
We Cleveland's a little bit of everything. Like we rough and rugged, but we can also get down and we can move,
right?
And we can dance. We got speed, we got quickness, but we always coming after you. That's how a lot of the Cleveland fighters is. You look at Tank, super explosive. That's how that whole DC Baltimore area is. They super fast and sharp, but out of nowhere they hit you with something and floor you. It's just how they get down over there. You know what I mean? Philly guys they rough and rugged. They in your face. So
no
and so
defense.
Forth, you know what I mean? Hey,
Well, old boy got D.
Steve Ennis.
No, not new dude.
Ennis.
And Fulton both.
But they,
both of them. Yeah. So kind of depending on where you from, is how your fighting game is, and so always. Something I do when I watch comedy or I watch movies and stuff like that, I'm always on Wikipedia just searching up where these people from, what they, how they get down and things like that. So
right.
That's why I asked, like, what's your style like,
Yeah, I don't think I really have a style, and it's nobody that's really like me. And, not that that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I never hear anybody say, yo, you remind me of this person.
Yeah.
I got my own style. I'm pretty honest on stage. You'll see tomorrow. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. What about coming into the game? Were you trying to be like somebody else coming into the game?
Not really. Nah, there was nobody that I ever. I mean, I grew up. I was a fan of Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is like
he's especially
for my generation.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence. I like Tommy Davidson. Jamie Foxx. There's a lot of comedians that I liked. Growing up, but I never pulled anything from any of those people. Mm-hmm. I would say the most influential person is probably Kevin, because I just worked with him so long, and he made me tap into other things. And our styles are not the same. We don't sound alike or anything like that, but he made me tap into that personal life thing.
I got a question for you. What do you do before a show? Morning of, and then even like when you're in the backstage before you go on?
Nothing.
You don't do nothing?
I be eating.
Yeah. You just cooling.
I be eating, drinking, on stage, trying to not burp.
I'm surprised you actually did the interview with us. I'm like, bro, you getting on stage tonight.
Man, I don't care.
It's a little bit different for y'all, but for me,
nah.
You fight one time, 2-3 times a year,
right?
So you have to be serious and and you can't have a bad day.
Well, let me tell you this though, and this is why I asked the question. When I would be in the back room and they got the fights on, my mind would be turning into what that guy's doing right, what that guy's doing wrong, what I would do, so on and so forth. So the closer I get to a fight, I stop watching the TV of the fights that are going on out in the arena.
Right.
Because it kind of...
It's a distraction.
Not really a distraction, but I start to kind of embody what I think they should be doing, what I would be doing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, hold on a second, because I got my own thing to do tonight. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let me get off of them and get back focused on what I need to do. So I just wonder, if someone else goes on stage and you hear a joke, or you see a joke that you would have told, or so on and so forth, does that become a part of your nature going out on stage?
So there's a difference between our shows and if I'm doing a show at a comedy club, like in LA, they got this thing called Chocolate Sunday at the Laugh Factory. Now, during that show where it's 4 random comics, I'm going to pay attention to what's going on, because I don't want to go on stage and talk about something that the last person talked about, and then people are like, they're not laughing because they're like, that shit sounds similar. Or if I do still do my joke, I'm going to address the joke of the last person. Such and such said this, and this is how I feel about it. So that's me making sure that I'm paying attention to my audience. But when we're on tour and I'm with these same 4 people every day, I don't have to watch. I know what they're doing. I go third. I go in right before Kevin. So I host Joey Wells. He does about 10 to 15 up front. Spank does about 20. And then I come on, I do 30, and then Kevin does an hour. So it's none of that. None of that. We do this so much. We performing 4 days out of the week. It's nothing to be nervous about. And most importantly, they're not there to see me. So there's absolutely no pressure.
Yep.
There's
Nothing
no pressure. Yeah. It's like, it's like if it was a boxing, I'm like the first undercard. It's like 20 people in the arena. The arena is full for me, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. What do you do?
I was going to tell the story about you kicking me out your room. So, I usually, like I told you, I never even went to your fights till the ladies got close. Yeah. I just tell them, I like to watch them at home. So the Spence fight, his lady tells us, hey, come up to the room, just grab something. I'm like, no, I don't. I want to be out of Sean's space. What, you scared of him? No, it's just respectful. Like it's the fight day. So we get up there and I'm leaving the room. I see Sean, as I'm leaving, Sean's walking in. He looked at me like I was Earl Spence that night. I said, oh shit, that's the first time we ever, and he didn't say nothing, but I knew.
You were mad he was there?
Yeah.
Wow.
I like my space.
Okay.
I don't even like my dad. I didn't even like if he came into the room checking on me a lot and stuff like that. I think my dad, he would understand. Like if I say, yeah, I'm good. Like he knew like, all right, he good, leave him alone.
Okay.
I just like my space.
Are you listening to music? What are you thinking about before the fight?
Man, a little bit of everything. I got the music on. I got fights on. I watch a lot of football. So I got football on. Like anything that takes me away but keeps me close enough to be intense and ready for the fight, right?
Right.
So I don't like anybody bothering me. I don't like anybody in my way. So if I'm coming in and the door was opening and my first thought was like, yo, who the hell is in my room? And as Ant was coming out, it was like, okay, cool, it's Ant. Then it was like, but what the hell is he doing?
Right,
you know what I mean? So yeah, I walked past him and then wifey was in the room. I gave her a kiss. I just remember wanting everybody to get out my room. I like my space. You know what I mean? So
I get it.
It's going to be things that I'm going to miss about the fight game. People always, do you miss it? You ready to come back? No. But there are definitely things I'm going to miss. I'm going to miss that intensity of that moment of having to be so intense. Because what do I do now that's as intense as a fight? You know what I mean? So there's definitely going to be things I'm going to miss about it, you know?
So is there any fear when you getting ready for the fight?
Somebody asked me that I did a interview and I thought about it. There's never been fear getting into the ring.
So not necessarily the fear of getting beat up or hurt, but it's just the fear,
fear of losing
before your first loss. It was never like I'm afraid of this losing that O.
No. When the fight ends, it was like me personally, I didn't know what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And the way I like to tell it is for a fighter that when you don't get hit a lot in fights, once you're getting hit, you know something's not going right. You know what I mean? So the fight could have gone my way and I still would have felt like I lost because I got hit more in that fight than probably all of my previous fights combined. You know what I mean? So for a lot of different reasons, I was going through a lot in that moment. But after the loss, it was like kind of like, all right, let's suck it up and deal with it in this moment. There was kind of a sense of depression that kind of came that I went through for, I don't know, a week or two, something like that. Then it was kind of like, all right, get back. How do I get back to that?
Right.
You fast forward to my fight with Keith. It was like, yo, I knew this point was coming. You knew eventually you was gonna be headlining for going right before for Kev.
Right.
You know, at some point you have to be ready for whatever it is you up against, and that's how that's what always replaced any fear, any anxiety, any nervousness, anything like that. It was like, this, I've been wanting this. Why would I shy away from it? You know what I mean? So
you did the work.
Yeah, I did the work and always went right into it, you know?
Right. So I'm extremely honest, right? I'm really honest with myself, my performance. Sometimes I have shows where people are like, oh, you were great, but I felt like it sucked.
Yeah.
And I know if I was on my shit, then it would have been even that much better.
Yeah.
And then I have shows where I feel like I gave a great performance and the crowd wasn't good. I'm like, oh, they ain't know what they was talking about.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, boxers win fights and everybody else says, you lost that. Has there been a fight that you won that you were like, I lost that fight?
No, just the opposite. Daryl Spence Jr. fight, of course, that one, and the Keith Thurman fight. Never have I said, I won that fight. I don't even watch my fights back. I just,
just in being in it.
Yeah, but though I think the one that everybody looks at is my fight with your Dennis Ugas.
Right.
What about Julio Diaz?
No, because the first fight with Julio, that one went the way that it went. The second one, I wiped him up. But
so back to Ugas.
The Ugas fight was a fight where literally round by round, like my dad's praising me. That's nothing that's far from what my dad does. Is giving me praise in between rounds, and obviously a lot of information, but more information towards win. And it was like, yo, this is exactly how I thought it was gonna be. Keep boxing, you keep moving. He can't get with you. Your hand speeds too much, so on and so forth. And then we in the center of the ring, we hear it's a split decision. I'm like, okay, what is this, a split draw? And then after they read two scorecards, I kind of like, I get myself together. I'm like, shit, I won this. Stop playing with me, and they call my name. But then I get home and this guy's like, yo, you lost that. Like,
I thought you lost that fight too.
No. We didn't get home. We were walking in the back. I said, what the f was that? Man, it was kind of like, Anthony, I'll be with you later.
You didn't look like you didn't look like you won. Like, usually at the end of a fight, people are like, oh, I won that. You get the face of victory.
I was like, What? Split decision.
And you know, Shawn plays off the crowd. Na'im, I don't know if you was there for that fight, but it was a lot of boos. It was more boos than you ever got.
saw that fight on TV.
I think that like Shawn's like, yeah, nah, this can't happen.
And I'll explain it to you real quick because you thought that I lost. I mean, have you watched that fight more than once, or you just like?
Nah, I haven't. And sometimes there's been fights that I have gone to watch again because sometimes you're swayed by the commentating, and just the energy of the audience because they want someone to win.
So you have your psychology, then you have the psychology of the crowd, then you also have the psychology of the commentating.
Right.
So if the commentator is telling you, well, Shawn usually does, and Shawn isn't doing, and Ugas is doing, and Ugas is, then that sways you into thinking that I may be losing the fight. If you yourself have never seen me move and use my jab from the outside and stay away from somebody as much as I did in that fight, you're thinking, well, that's not the Shawn Porter that I usually see. It must be Ugas making him do that, which in turn means Shawn Porter's losing this fight. You know? So just a little bit of how it goes from the perspective of someone that once you make an adjustment and it's not what people expect you to see, what they expect to see, they either are unhappy about your performance or they feel like that guy is the reason for your performance. And that just wasn't the case that night. Before we walked out to the ring, my dad said, this guy is slow. He can't move. He can't get what you, just outbox him all night. And I definitely was like, I told my dad after the fight, I said, people don't think I won. I said, let's rematch him and I'm gonna crush him. My dad said, we don't need to rematch him. Let's just move forward.
Yeah.
We looking at bigger and better things. And thankfully Errol Spence came. But I definitely was to the crowd and to people saying, yo, you lost that. I was like, I'm gonna crush him. You know, so I was like bumpy. Like,
so that the crowd reaction got to you a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that has always been like that for me since I was a kid.
I get it.
I'm out there for the crowd.
Right, I get it.
I know you spoke to Terence Crawford. I talked to him on the phone the other day and he said, yo, people unhappy, people mad, but it is what it is. And at the end of the day, they don't feed our families. At the end of the day, they not licking our wounds. They not helping us. If I can't walk tomorrow, nobody in the crowd is going to be there to help me walk. He said, so I can't afford to do anything for them anymore. I said, yo, I get you. 100%.
Absolutely. I agree with that. But also, that's what comes with this job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's people that are like, oh, y'all don't understand. Well, we're not supposed to understand. As fans, we just want to see two people beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta look at both sides of it, and I get both sides.
Yeah.
I feel like Terence is now feeling bad about not making the fight because people have been, everybody's just playing the blame game.
Yeah.
And I don't like that because I'm on his side. I feel like
I hate that I got pulled into that blame game too.
Yeah.
Because I know and I knew that it's really not on the fighters. It's just on the business. Working. People fans hate to hear business. What are you talking about when you talk about the business?
Right.
The dollars made sense but you know.
Do you think it's fair, the deal that they were offering him?
I've talked to him about it, and I think the deal that he went for was what made more sense to him.
Well, you mean with the other fight?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have, of course, I'm a Terence Crawford fan. I want him to win this fight. I feel like the reason that Errol Spence has accumulated the fan base that he's had or the numbers that he's done is because of the people that he's fought against and not necessarily that he is a bigger draw.
Yeah.
I feel like when he fought Mikey Garcia in Dallas, where there's who's Mexican and there's a large Mexican population there. That was like, oh, these are numbers I did. Well, you didn't do these numbers alone.
Yeah.
So that's when the ego comes in.
Sure.
The ego of the fighter, the ego of the promoter.
Sure.
Whereas Terence Crawford, he's doing the fights in Omaha, but he's selling out and he has a nice following too. I don't understand why, and you can explain it to me, and I know it's probably because of the promoters, but when you have the two top pound for pound fighters, they both have a belt, why can't you do a fight and it's 40-40 and the winner takes the other 20?
Oh, I wonder if they've ever thought about that.
Why can't you do that?
Yeah,
if two people think that you both are undefeated and you say you the best, why can't we say the 40-40 and the winner takes the rest?
Yeah. That makes all the sense in the world.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But the promoters are greedy.
Yeah.
Even if it was 60-40, I know Terence wanted to fight. He wanted to prove it's about a legacy thing. I know he wants to prove that he's the best. And it's 60-40. Okay. I don't think it's fair, but I understand that. But when it's 65-35 is what they agreed on, right? Or what the offer was.
It's what we've seen. It's what's been reported.
Right. So 65-35, and then you don't want to be transparent about, all of the money that's coming in. Who's supposed to take that shit?
Yeah, and I feel what you're saying. Now it's like you going on tour, making what you make on tour, and they said we need you to host Chocolate Sundays for a month. And you're gonna make the same, you're gonna make even more.
I'm gonna make more at Chocolate Sunday?
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't happen. That show would pay about $30.
This dude.
That was a bad analogy. That'd never happen.
It's him. He went there. I was like, nah, that shit didn't make sense.
That's him killing Chocolate Sunday. Is Chocolate Sunday black owned?
It's
Hold on,
the
it better be black owned.
It's the Laugh Factory.
Right.
And they just,
the
night the show is called Chocolate Sunday.
Yeah.
But Chocolate Sundays have different types of ice cream in it. So it's called a Chocolate Sunday because it's any race of people could be in there performing or in the audience.
Okay.
You run into Terence Crawford.
Oh yeah, let's tell this story.
We definitely want to. We're gonna show the clip real quick.
I got
You
let down by
definitely
Terence
gonna get let
Crawford
down.
a couple weeks ago.
And I'm just telling you, one of the worst.
Wait, what happened? Now, wait, why? Like,
No, I know. Well, Spank, no, I'm a Terence Crawford stan.
You are. You are.
That's my favorite boxer right now. Probably my second favorite all time after Floyd. And
Muhammad Ali, motherfucker.
well, Muhammad Ali is my favorite person of all time.
Oh, I got you.
So yeah, we go in, and I'm in my mind, I'm like, shh. Like he gonna come in and be like, yo, you killed it. And I'm like, thanks, bro. Yeah, man, yo, I'm a big fan too.
Wait, so you had it already painted. You had
it's all planned out.
Scenario all out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, man. Yo, you gonna fuck Spence up, bro? Hell yeah, I'm gonna fuck him up, man. You trying to come to the fight? Hell yeah, nigga. Let's exchange numbers.
Right.
Walk me down the aisle, bro. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Be my best man at my wedding.
You trying to be in the corner? Fuck yeah, nigga. I got the water. I'm gonna put
I need a cut man over there now.
I'll put some liquid IV in there too, give you an advantage. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
And then what happened?
actually happened?
Nigga walked back like he ain't see my set. They came back there. I'm like, they motherfucker ain't say shit to me. He had his brother, his lady, and some other girl. And I was like, hey, what's up, man? He's like, what up? I was like, yeah, man. So
You see my set?
nah, I ain't asked that. Sis. So the fight, I guess, ain't gonna happen this year. Who told you that? Who said that?
That was the first thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I mean, I just know that, it takes about 2 months to get ready for a fight, and we coming to the end. Niggas always think they know some shit.
Yeah.
You the corny nigga now.
Hey, wait, y'all didn't see it though. But Na'im came, like I was standing like right there because I know his brother, we cool. But I was kind of standing there, and Na'im kind of came over and kind of positions himself like right next to him. I was like, oh, let me take a step back. Na'im came in, and you folded your arms up, and then you said it, and he pointed at you. He's like, niggas always think they know something. I was like, oh, well.
I'm like, oh, okay, well, shit, my bad. Well, I got so I'm like, well, I got money on the fight already. Who you got it on? You got it on that nigga, don't you? Oh, nah, man, I got it on you, bro.
Oh,
Hey,
he's not a fan of you.
Wait, Na'im said fat. Na'im's like, you my favorite fighter.
No, you my favorite, man.
Bullshit. I'm your favorite fighter.
Right.
Come in here with that bullshit. Talking about when the fight gonna be made.
All right,
Fight that nigga.
this shit is so funny. This is right after when you meet a celebrity.
That's what I'm telling y'all. Don't fuck up like me. Well, let me set it up on why I felt it would go that way. I've known Floyd Mayweather since like 2010, right? And the first time he saw me perform, I got back to me, thought I was hilarious, right? Mm-hmm. So now I've built somewhat of a relationship with him. I don't have his phone number or anything like that, but he had me perform at his 40th birthday party. I've invested in the Mayweather gym.
Okay.
You
getting money.
Well, we ain't open yet. We gonna see.
But you got money.
I had the money to become a franchisee.
Hey, let Shawn know what you drive. Shawn?
Well, on radio, I always say that I'm on honor rolls. I got A's and B's. I got an Aston Martin and a Bentley.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I need to
beautiful.
get you a Cadillac.
Well, I got a Corvette,
Damn.
but I don't drive that no more. I'm saying that for baby girl.
My Cadillac has
My
the
kid-
Corvette engine, so there's
my
that.
kid getting that. Dang, this dude.
So that's how. And Mayweather's my favorite boxer, and that's how that worked out. I'm like, oh, well, Shawn is my favorite boxer. He gonna see me perform. I mean, not Shawn. I'm sorry. Terence is and he's gonna see me, and the same thing's gonna happen. We're gonna be cool. And then I met him, and it just was nothing like that. He was just. I was like, yeah, man. So y'all ain't fighting. Who told you that? He got mad at me.
You went in wrong.
Yeah, you started
You
wrong,
went in wrong.
Nah,
Hey,
you-
listen, this is what you do next time. Hey, man, you like the show? Show love. You know what I mean? Show excitement. You know?
I don't care now.
Yeah.
Are you over it?
I'm over it.
Of course he is.
I'm still a fan, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to. Hey, remember last time? And let's try again.
Hey, I was gonna try to get him on today and patch it
Nah.
up, but you, hey,
It's not. I don't feel any type of way about it. It's just funny. I'm honest enough to be like to tell the story and like, yo, how I was like kind of embarrassed and shit. But I don't have any problem. I still want to see him win. He's still my favorite boxer, and I just know that he's just not as friendly as Floyd, and that's it.
Hey, Kevin didn't step in and try to soften the blow.
No, Kev was like, nah, he didn't. Kev was like, oh, he's a boxing fan. He didn't say like, he's your yeah.
What is it about Terence Crawford that you like about Bud?
I think that he's the best since Floyd Mayweather. He's Floyd Mayweather with an edge. He likes to fight, and I think that a lot of fighters come into a fight with a plan, and if the plan don't work, and the other person figures you out, then you lose. But I've seen him make adjustments, and I like people that make adjustments.
I've seen Shakur Stevenson, I believe, is more of a now Floyd with an edge. And what I mean by now Floyd is just superb defensively, but also Shakur is mean and will come after you if I have to.
Right.
But he's very, very so sound defensively is ridiculous.
Absolutely. He doesn't have the power that Floyd had at that weight.
Yeah.
But Shakur, in my opinion, he's going to be the next pound for pound number one. So I agree with that. Out of that group of Shakur, Haney, Tank, Garcia, I think Shakur is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I do too.
I don't see anybody beating him. He's
or one of the I mean, they're all
they're all
think,
great.
I think that it's kind of what side of the bed did you wake up on in terms of who could win those fights.
I think
keep going back and forth with Haney and Tank about who will win. I keep going back and forth with those two.
I think Tank get him out of there.
I mean, I thought that too. But I've seen Devin Haney in the last two fights, and okay, you can say Kambosos is not that great, but he beat somebody to get those belts.
Yeah, he's not looking great either.
Teofimo.
Yeah, but he beat somebody that beat. Yeah, so it just keeps going.
Yeah. So, and I think that Haney, when he fights Lomachenko, I think that will say a lot. That'll answer a lot of questions for people.
Sure.
But I think if like I said with in Tank's last fight against Rolly, Rolly controlled the distance. I was surprised about that. I thought Tank was just going to beat him up, and I had him losing that fight until the knockout.
Yeah, we did too.
So I think if Devin Haney can control the distance, because he's a better boxer than Rolly, then he has a chance to win the fight. But I know Tank sets a lot of traps. He'll make you think that you win, and then he'll
all it takes is
take
one.
that one punch. So I don't know. I think it'll be a great fight.
And you already know styles make fights.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, I don't think we need to, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Everybody talks about Tank losing that fight before he knocked out Rolly. But you got to take into account that Rolly came out different from the way that they prepared.
Yeah,
right.
They've been preparing for 3 months for Rolly to fight one way, and he fought a different way. So how many rounds do he get to make an adjustment? And okay, he gave up a couple of rounds because he was seeing something different than he expected to see. But then when the time came, that moment came, the opportunity came, he did what he had to do.
Right.
So everybody talks about him losing the fight until the knockout. But also understand that my man they had to make adjustments because there was something different coming at him than what they prepared 3+ months for. You know?
Right.
So a lot of people say, I'm saying that to say a lot of people say that they take a big piece of that pie and they say, well, he was losing the fight. What about Devin Haney? Devin Haney's gonna outbox him worse than Rolly did. We say, you look at that and say, well, he knows what he's up against with Devin.
Right.
I don't think he's expecting Devin to put his fists up and come right at him or anything like that. He's expecting Devin to be in and out. He's expecting Devin to move and things like that. So they'll be preparing for that. They didn't prepare for that against Rolly. So it was a couple of rounds of adjustments that needed to be made, you know?
Right.
Mental, your eyes, the speed, all that kind of stuff.
Right. So I agree with that.
You wearing a crunk jersey, you know what it's about.
Right. And
I think, is it real? Is that authentic?
I think at least the tags were. The tags look
right. They ripped that off of a Croc jersey and put that on that.
I believe if there was not a knockout, of course he still would have came back and won. He would have made the adjustments. This goes back to why Floyd Mayweather is my favorite fighter of all time. He always said that he does not watch film. He leaves it up to his trainers because, he doesn't want to have something in his mind. He just makes the adjustments on the fly. Mm-hmm. And who else could do that? Mm-hmm. Everybody else comes in with a plan. Like you said, with the Rolly fight and Tank, he came in with a plan like, he fighting different than I think. So Floyd was great because he didn't do that. He's just gonna come in, he's gonna fill you out the first couple rounds, and he's gonna start beating your ass. Yeah. So, but I think in reference to what you said, I believe that Tank would have still won that fight. Yeah. But I was so surprised to see Rolly do so well because the fights I saw previous to that, I'm like, this dude is terrible.
He's a bum.
Yeah.
But he got a punch.
He got a punch. Everybody got to punch his chance. Yeah. So, but I think so. So y'all think that Tank will beat Haney hands down? Yeah. I got Tank stopping Haney. Man, Haney don't got the power to do nothing. He was worried about Rolly's power the whole fight too. That Tank will put them up. Yeah. And I'm coming. That's what you see when he get to Leo Santa Cruz. He's still on the ground. Right. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah. So there's been plenty of talks about the. I didn't realize y'all was recording that. No, I'm talking about Leo. There's been plenty of talks about the sparring sessions between Tank and Haney. Yeah. And were you there for either one of those?
Nope.
But you've heard about it though.
Yeah, of course.
So they say that the first time Haney was a little kind of young and Tank, beat him up pretty good. And then the second time they said that Haney says he made Tank stop. Tank said that's not true. So what did you hear about that?
Yeah, he want inside info. So I didn't hear that. But
that's what Haney said.
I didn't hear that, but I mean,
not that he stopped him, but he made him stop.
If it was 4 rounds agreed upon in the sparring, let's find out if they went all 4 rounds. Because they went all 4 rounds, and Haney's like, "Yo, give me one more, bro. I'm done for the day." Like it kind of is what it is. You know what I mean? Okay. So let's figure that part out first. You know what I mean? That's how it goes sometimes in sparring.
But they're doing what's the doghouse rules? You talking about that Floyd? Yeah. Where you keep fighting until somebody stops.
I never showed up on them days.
You just keep fighting.
Because my dad wasn't having that. My dad would jump in the ring first.
Shawn sparred both of them.
You sparred Haney and Tank?
I sparred Haney. Haney was 15 years old, 14, 15 years old.
How was he at that point?
He was great.
He's great.
Great, yeah. He was winning everything in the amateurs. And then I did spar Tank just last year, just before my fight with Terence. And it was, we're kind of tapering off. And he's everything that I knew he was. He can box. He's got speed. Got power. I mean, just all that. And the thing that I really appreciate about Tank is he's a dog. That kind of what he just said. You can put them earmuffs up and go at it. He kind of will assess you as well, and whatever he needs to do, he'll do it. So I like that about a fighter. I like when a fighter can make adjustments. I saw that. I really like that about Errol Spence and his fight with Ugas, where he knew he couldn't take any steps back, and he had to just push Ugas back. He made up his mind that he was going to do it, and he went in there and did it. What I think a champion is somebody who's willing to do whatever it takes to win a fight. Not allow that opponent to stop them, and not allow themselves to stop them. Right. And that's what I think Errol clearly has. I think Terence clearly has it. All the guys at the top, all the elite guys, they have that ability. I think somebody we talked about that we haven't seen that yet is Shakur Stevenson. Yeah. Nobody's got him off of his rhythm yet. Nobody's got him to forced him to do anything different yet. So therefore, I think that remains to be seen from him. But I think he has dog mentality through and through. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, skill level. He a Jersey kid.
Yep. Yeah. Skill level, I don't see anybody out there with his talent. Yeah. Yeah. And what he's going to continue to do. he's just so much better than everybody else. I haven't seen him have to make adjustments yet.
I think at 135, it's going to catch up to him a little bit in terms of guys being able to be just as fast or just as quick or even stronger than him. Though I think at 130, he just was so far ahead and above everybody else. I think at 135, it comes down just slightly. I think the top guys, I mean, it's still kind of, it's razor thin. And another thing that I really like about Shakir is he's very manipulative in the ring. He can force you to do what he needs you to do.
Yeah.
And to me, that's how I won all my fights. That's how I fought all of my fights by forcing guys to do what I needed them to do. So I believe solely in that.
I got a thought. I don't know if it's a question. It's a thought. The heavyweight division, right, is extremely unfair. It's extremely unfair. You look at somebody that's fighting at 140 and somebody comes in a couple pounds overweight and it's like they act like this is huge advantage. Or going up 2 weight classes is a huge advantage.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, people at heavyweight, it could be a person fighting at 210 fighting somebody that's 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Wilder.
Yeah.
Kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
It's the heavyweight division. They now have the Bridgerweight division, which is, I think it's like under two. I think it might be 205 is the max right there, but it's supposed to be for the smaller heavyweights.
It's called
Bridgerweight is something that the WBC they introduced, I think, just last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that if that's where you want to compete at.
Who, me?
You sound like, man, the heavyweight division is unfair. Man, I wish I could.
What you about? Cruiserweight? You can fight
I'm
Canelo?
190.
Oh, you can fight Canelo.
I weigh 190.
You can fight Canelo.
Nah, I mean, if I got in shape to go down to 175 or something,
He'll come up.
Yeah, I would. Nah.
Couple more things before we get out of here. Thing number one, when we spawn.
First of all, tell me where.
Tell you where.
Yeah, exactly.
Why does that matter?
Listen, I'm very smart. I'm going somewhere with this.
He telling me you got to find somewhere for us to spot first.
No, we have to pick a location first because
This is not a real fight.
Listen to what I'm saying.
We can go to Mayweather's
We
gym.
already know that Shawn doesn't like when the crowd is against him.
Oh.
You see where I'm going?
So we're going to New Jersey.
So we gotta go somewhere where I got the
He
fan
ain't from
base.
Jersey no more.
We gotta go somewhere where I have the fan base so I can throw him off his shit.
Okay, I got you.
That's never gonna happen. But where would that be? LA? Where would that be?
I don't know.
They think you're from Philly.
We probably have to do it like in front of a comedy audience.
A comedy audience.
You want them to laugh at you or?
We're just gonna make you uncomfortable.
No, not at all.
Nah, you think
Not
you
at
can
all.
do it? You can fight in front of any type of audience.
I'm me.
Okay.
I'm me.
Charlamagne got in there.
Charlamagne got in with you?
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah. I know I whip Charlamagne ass.
Right now, Charlamagne?
Huh?
Right now,
right now. What'd he do? What'd he do?
Well, he had experience with me, so you know what I mean?
I whoop Charlamagne
All you gotta
ass.
do is give me 2 months. You pick the place. We do it.
You get down a little bit. You train
I hit the mitts, hit the bag. I ain't done no sparring
by
really.
yourself, or you got people that you working out with.
One of my friends who's a comedian, he was Golden Glove, so you know we do a little mitt work and everything. I'm into boxing, man. You know, so I could throw a punch.
Yeah.
Give me 2 months.
I think it'd be an experience for Nye. We'll come to LA.
I'm there.
We're there.
Let's do it.
We're coming to LA. You got the gym?
I spar with both of y'all.
All right, I'll get in there too.
He'll be the warm up.
All right.
You be the
No,
finish.
I'm going first. No, I'm going first.
Why
No,
gotta be the
I'm going
fluffer?
first. I'm going.
Why I gotta be the fluffer?
I'll be the fluffer. I'll be a fluffer.
The fluffer is just to get the
I'll be a
get the
fluffer.
muscles. You know, popping.
I'll fluff all that. I'll go first. Nah, I ain't gonna whoop my. Hey, nah, hell nah.
I would spar with you under certain circumstances.
This fool is like Pacquiao Mayweather negotiations.
I've been doing this since I was
exactly
5 years old. So
exactly.
whatever you want.
So it got to be.
We had guys where I could only hit the top of the headgear. You want that?
No.
Okay. We had guys where
I wear headgear.
Yeah.
You can't punch me in the face.
Yeah.
You can't punch me in the body.
No, we both wearing headgear. So let's start there.
It's only arms.
Arms and legs. Arms and legs.
Only arms and chest. That's
You ain't gonna be able to take a show. You ain't gonna be able to hold the mic up. For giving me
Right.
for giving me that. You ain't gonna be able to hold the mic up.
Arm spaghetti.
Yeah.
Nah, I would do it.
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
I would do it because I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem getting beat up by you because I'm expected to get beat up by you.
Everybody, but that's the thing. Everybody
Nah,
expects
you gotta stop him.
to get beat up. Like I just want you to have the experience of being in the ring. If that's something you've never done before, I want you to have the experience of being in the ring with, you know what I mean? You watch all of us all the time. You never really have an opportunity. You get one opportunity to shake somebody's hand, you get damn near cussed out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm giving you the opportunity to kind of experience the things that you see on TV all the time. That's all it is.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
So now,
Hey, hold up. What do y'all do on a night that y'all have a show and there's a big fight?
So, the fight was supposed to be this weekend. The Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. It was supposed to be this weekend.
it was.
It was.
I mean, look at all the text messages I sent that fight ain't happening.
Yeah, but when they made the announcement, the fake announcement, it was for this weekend. So what we had planned on was making his show tomorrow earlier. And I was going to actually go to the fight because I was going right after I got off stage, and then Kev was just going to get it in the green room.
Yeah.
All right. So, but I mean, I got the zone, all of that stuff, ESPN Plus. So if it's a fight the night of we have a show, I'll put it on in the back and just watch it.
The other thing I've noticed, you have something?
We're gonna debate Spence-Crawford.
Yeah, let's debate Spence-Crawford, even though it's not happening yet. But
y'all say it's happening in May.
He said it's happening
May
in May.
23rd. I've been saying that for like 6 months. I've been saying this. He's the insider. He's Mr. PBC. So watch what you say.
Okay. Do you think it's gonna happen?
Hey, don't say that.
Just period. Not
fired.
Not the date that you think will happen. Period. You can't even say that.
No, text Marcus. He cool with Marcus. Watson. He is.
Oh yeah. I'm sure he is.
Text Marcus.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's my plug.
Spence-Crawford, what you think?
Yeah, man. I got Spence.
Yeah, and I got Crawford. 100%.
And not just
100%. Like you have no doubt.
Absolutely no doubt in my mind.
And that's my guy, and I'm just like, damn, boy, like.
Because you've been in the ring with both of them, and you know they can go either way.
I do.
You did extremely well against both of them.
Yeah.
I just feel like Errol Spence is a great fighter. He's one of the best fighters of this generation. He's technically sound, and he has a motor that does not quit. He keeps coming. And it's like, how do you beat a person like this? Well, I feel like you delivered the recipe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to box him a certain way, keep him off guard. And then you got Terence Crawford, who's a switch hitter. And I know he's like, yeah, I'm ready for that or whatever. This boy he was supposed to get weaker at welterweight, and now he has 7 knockouts in a row at welterweight. He has not had 11 out of the last 12?
But I mean,
11 out of the last, and you got somebody that likes to fight, who does not get bruised up pretty bad.
Pulling these statistics up at.
I follow this, bro.
Yeah, I got you.
So, look it up, though. 11 out of his last 12 fights have been knockouts.
I'm not going to look that up. I don't give a damn. I'm a part of that. Shit.
So you got somebody that likes to mix it up. He has a chin. He doesn't like a lot of times.
He's been rocked. He's been rocked a few times.
Yeah. And then what did he do after that? He got angry.
All right, you sound like Terence right now.
Yeah. So he's never been bad cuts or anything like that. Like in the Ugas fight, it had to be stopped because he was just beating him to a pulp. And I think that the skills, the boxing IQ, I think the only thing that Errol Spence lacks is IQ. He lacks the boxing IQ. He just has skills, and he has power, and he comes forward. But a lot of his knockouts have been break you down, just the relentless punishment that stops you. Whereas Crawford, I feel like he has the one punch power. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So here's the interesting thing. When I fought Spence, I felt like from the standpoint of what do guys always say, the cerebral side of the boxing game, I felt like I was a step ahead of him.
Right. The IQ.
And the IQ, yeah. And I felt like I was a step ahead of him in that fight. I think in my mind, I clearly was a step ahead of him in that fight. But then you fast forward, so I always thought that was the big separation between him and Terence. Until I started to assess the fact that he's been in the ring with me. It's been now 3 years or 2 years since we fought, almost 3 years. 3 years since we fought. I think he's smarter now. And I'm like, if he's indeed smarter than he was when we fought, he's just as good, if not better than when we fought.
Well, he fought Ugas, and who else has he fought that was good since
It don't even matter.
So
It don't even matter.
Why do you think he's smarter?
Because I think that through time, you you know how it is as a human being. You just you mature. Shit that didn't click when you were 28, they just all of a sudden they start clicking at 32. It's like, I got it.
Right.
I don't know when it came, how it came, but it's just there. And I just think that some things that weren't there for him when we fought, they're there now for him. They're there for him now.
Right. I mean,
and I could be wrong, but I think that this fight he's gonna have with Keith Thurman is gonna tell us
they're gonna fight. They are gonna fight.
What? It's been ordered by the WBC.
I
The
thought
only
he was
thing
gonna give
that
the
the
belt.
only thing that's
Is he snitching right now?
He's not snitching. The only thing that stops that is if he decides not to carry through with his mandatory.
But what about his other?
That's
He
what I
got
thought
2
he
other
was gonna do.
mandatories too, Sean.
Exactly. That's my point. So how's I'm snitching? I'm
I
not.
thought he was gonna give up that belt because he said he ain't fighting Thurman. But
I could see that.
Yeah.
I actually could see him saying, take that. He can fight for the WBC welterweight. I'm not fighting him.
yeah,
Damn.
and I think that's petty.
And I felt, but I felt the same way when after I fought Errol, and then some time goes by, the pandemic happens and all that kind of stuff. The question was, will you get back in the ring with Keith? I'm like, yo, Keith has been inactive. We fought in 2016. I've done nothing but traject upwards since we fought. He hasn't done that. I don't think he deserves to get back in the ring with me. So I see 100% where Errol's coming from.
It's not about whether he deserves it. That's being petty because you didn't get the opportunity when you wanted it.
Yeah, man, I guess.
So, me being in a career of entertainment, feeling that I should have got opportunities before I did, I get that. Because sometimes I'm like, nah, I'm not working with this person now. I don't want to do that no more. But that's being stupid because this really could be a good
It
opportunity
still
for
could
me.
lead to something better.
Yeah. So I think he should let that go. And if you're so angry about the way he did to you before, punish him.
Yeah.
Punish his ass.
Yeah.
Because Keith's body soft.
I
He get hurt to the body every single fight.
don't get it.
And he get out of
I
there.
don't get it.
Like, is he not doing sit-ups? What is he doing?
Do some sit-ups before we.
Oh yeah.
Do our
no,
thing.
No, I'm gonna have one.
You know I don't give a damn about none of the rules you
I know.
told me, right?
I know.
It's gonna be a good time though.
Yeah, it will.
It's gonna be a good time.
It will. Why you keep going back to that though?
I know. I thought we was
just
on
wanna make
that.
sure you know that it's gonna
Spence-
happen.
Spence-Crawford.
Yeah, I thought we was talking about
I
Spence-Crawford.
just want to make sure you know it's gonna happen.
He talking about Lynn Porter.
Also, we got to get out of here. So,
we got to get out of here?
Yeah, I'm talking Lynn
okay.
Porter.
Oh, okay.
Let's put that together. I appreciate you for coming up in here today.
Yeah,
Thanks for
man,
having me,
thank you.
man.
Appreciate you for communicating with my guy over here.
Yep. And I got y'all tomorrow. We're gonna return that favor.
I appreciate that, big dog. And we looking forward to the comedy show, man. With him and I both, we dig the comedy game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to give you your flowers, bro. Just real quick. Hey, man, I see, you don't just depend on Kev. You step out and do your own thing, man. Multiple
Always.
things. And, man, keep doing it, bro. I appreciate what you're doing, man.
Thank you, man.
We appreciate your comedy. And, hey, some people don't like it. Hey, I'm here for it.
Yeah. Well, those people are stupid.
All right. Hey, man.
Y'all come tomorrow and y'all gonna have this. This will be your first time seeing me live.
No, I seen you before with Kevin early at the Mandalay Bay years ago, man.
Okay, that's different. This will be your first time seeing me
first
live.
time.
You're
you
gonna
better?
push. Absolutely.
Okay.
My cerebral. Myself, I've gotten better. Yeah.
He's supposed to be better.
I mean-
Good answer.
Yep.
Good answer.
Yep.
Hey, everybody, this is the PorterWay.